Look, this sounds too good to be true. And at first, I thought it was until my mentor introduced me to these things called NFTs. So stick around for this video, and you're going to find out how I made 250K in 2 weeks and how you can too. Now, look, before we get into the details, I just want to show you that it's not just me doing this. Around 2 weeks ago, myself and my business partner, Ben, ran a free training session to some of my friends, family, and Amazon sellers that sell on Amazon. And, this is from the 20th of September. So this person yesterday, so on the 27th of September, less than 2 weeks, they already had a 2.5 Ethereum sale. Now, Ethereum, if you're not too sure, is a cryptocurrency and it's used to buy and sell NFTs. And 2.5 Ethereum, what we see here, it fluctuates. So 1 Ethereum to, we'll do US dollars, is around 3K US dollars, which is about, £2,200 essentially there. And so they've essentially generated probably around £5,000 in less than 2 weeks, just off a couple of off one sale there, and they had others as well. This was just one sale. And this is not the only person. We had I brought an opportunity. I'll show you these. Superlative Secret Society is an NFT project, and I'm going to tell you what NFTs are in a second. But I just want to show you that this isn't just me making this money. These are some people that we've shown this method to as well. They bought 4, sold 3 of them in 3 days for £1,600 in profit. And also, my business partner Ben mentioned a project, Averick, yesterday. They minted 5, so for 0.4 Ethereum total, 0.08 each. Sold them a couple hours later for 0.12 Ethereum each. Now that's only 0.04 Ethereum profit each, but over 5, that's 0.2 ETH to GBP. That's £435 in 2 hours. Not bad. And there's opportunities like this every day. This is crazy, the opportunities here. If I go and show you this is a chart of trading volume in NFT marketplaces. Look at June. June, there was a total 125 million. July, 304 million. And then last month in August, 3.25 billion. This is growing incredibly rapidly. Now, September, we're probably going to get to similar volume as August, because September, there's actually been a bit of a pullback in the sort of crypto and NFT market as a whole. It does fluctuate, but even though we've had a pullback, NFTs are still sort of matched the volume from last month, and there's still been these profits available to make. That's the power of NFTs, and I expect October to be a big increase here. Now, what are NFTs? NFTs are essentially non-fungible tokens. So fungible just means you can swap one of something for another. So if you have a $1 note or a £1 coin, they're fungible. You can swap one pound coin for another pound coin, or $1 for another US dollar. Now, most physical things are non-fungible. So you and me, we're non-fungible. We are different. We can't swap each other, swap one of us for the other. Most physical things are non-fungible. Most. But the thing is, digitally, that's not the case. If you have an image of something, you have the music or whatever, the video, they can be swapped. They're sort of the same. You could have one piece of artwork that then someone saves, digital, saves it, and it's the same. Now, this changes with NFTs because you have verifiable ownership on the blockchain, and the blockchain is essentially like the sort of running machine for all of this that certifies that whoever owns that NFT is the verified owner of that. It's not interchangeable. And people are like, oh, well, why can't you just click and save them now? This is an example of why. Twitter are bringing in NFT verification, whereas if you have, say, like an NFT as your profile picture, your avatar, they're going to verify that you actually own that NFT. So no one can just right-click, copy, and save it. Now, this is going to have massive impacts on the world, but in this video, I wanted to just keep it short and sweet, a bit of an intro, and show you how you can actually get started very quickly. So what I want to show you is like lots of people are getting into this. This is Gary Vee here. Gary Vee's released his own project. He's already made tens of millions on this. He's talking about NFTs. He's super pumped now. Gary Vaynerchuk, if you don't know him, he's early investor in Uber. He's got a massive marketing company. Early investor into lots of other successful companies. He's very good at calling out trends there. So cool. So from that, I sort of mentioned at the start, I've made about 250K in this in 2 weeks. Now that's growing. I wanted to show you some of the trades. And look, one thing we get when we're talking about NFTs are people like, oh, well, the price is X, Y, Z, but can you actually sell it for that? Let me show you some of my trades. So first, I want to show you a project called Oni. This is one of my first projects. You can see here a month ago, August the 19th, 4:29 p.m. I bought this NFT here, which is part of the collection, for 0.5 Ethereum. Then, August the 24th, 4 days later, I sold it for 6.2 Ethereum. Now, I'm not going to lie, not all trades are as good as this, but I'll show you some other examples. But that's a profit of 5.7 Ethereum there. 5.7 Ethereum, around £12,500, probably about 15,000 US dollars in 4 days. Where else are you going to get those sort of returns? If I show you an example that I mentioned there that one of our clients did, someone who's utilizing the training, you don't have to be a client to get going in this. An option that we will talk about. So essentially here, if we go to super, you can probably tell that I'm like super pumped by this stuff. It's super, super exciting. So this was a project I brought to some of our clients. You could find it ourselves utilizing the strategy I'm going to talk to you a bit about. Essentially here, I bought some of these for around 0.13. You can see here. So I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I sold 1, 2, 3, around 0.16. So 0.03 profit after some fees. Not really making much of anything, but these actually, they had a few hiccups around the release time, which meant their value sort of wasn't realized. So I liquidated a few to reduce my risk, because that's the thing, you're balancing sort of risk versus reward. So I liquidated 3, and then I actually minted one, which minting is essentially when you go on to sort of the project website and you're the first person to buy that. All these other marketplaces, sort of secondary marketplaces. So I brought one of these into existence, essentially, and you have to pay a fee for these, I believe it was 0.08 to do that. So then I sold here you see 0.24, 0.29, 0.39, 0.49. So I can't remember exactly what it is, but I think it was 1.2 Ethereum I made from this in September 22nd to September 27th. So 5 days again, 1.2 Ethereum. 1 ETH. Look there, £2,200 roughly. So probably about 2,500, 3,000 US dollars in sort of another few days. And this is just one sort of project there. So the results here are crazy to be seen. One more example of a trade that I found, and this one's crazy just because of the timeline on it. So we go 888. I actually minted 8 of these, so I've just filtered it here so you can't actually see, and I'm sending them here. This is my other account. So there you go, minted 8 of these. About 0.9 to mint all 8 of these. It was actually less, about 0.8 to mint 8 of these, and then sold. So 0.8, 0.1 each, let's say. Sold 1 for 0.2. Now this is the crazy thing. One of these 0.1, 5:35 p.m. 5:45 p.m. 10 minutes later, I'd already made 0.1 Ethereum profit. So here, let's go 0.1 Ethereum, £215 in 10 minutes. That's insane. And like, this is sold. This isn't like, I talk on Amazon on this thing. It's like, oh, I found products that are going to generate me £220 of profit. Yet you found it. You haven't actually sold them yet. This is from when I spend the money to when I'm getting that money back in my account, 10 minutes to generate £220. That's insane. Okay, that's fucking insane. But anyway, let me continue here. I think so then, you can see I'm making bigger sales here. So what was this? 20 days ago, and 3 days later, the price of these were 2.19 Ethereum. I sold 1. So I've made 2.1 Ethereum on that one trade. Others here. So I've made around 3.5 Ethereum from selling 6 of these so far. I've still got 2 left, and the price of these now are 2.84 Ethereum each. They tend to be about 3. So I made, what was that? I can't remember. Like, it's just insane. It's hard to keep track of the profits that you make. It was like 2.5 or 3.5 Ethereum, was it? Let's say 3. I've got another 2 here that probably sell 3. So about 9 Ethereum I could get right now. But the other crazy thing is that this is one thing I want to show you. These people actually give you free money. So by owning 2 of these, I actually got airdropped. So essentially this is where that 888 collection sent me an item. They sent me 2 of these. Now these are actually 0.25, 0.3 each, and I believe I sold one and I'm holding one. So I sold one. I could have sold them both, like say 0.25, another 0.5 ETH for free, just because I owned 2 of those 888s. This is insane, the value they're giving you. There's plenty of other examples of this, but there's just so much money to be made. There's so much cash flowing around in this space now. How can you get started and start making money on this? Well, what I am going to do, I mentioned that in our group we ran a. So I set this up. It's a new group essentially just for this, and we ran a webinar in here, and you can actually go and view that. You can go see that here. You can jump in. I'll post a link to this below. You can go and watch this, and you can find out the strategy. We talked about this for an hour, the strategy, and then we did like an hour and a half of questions. So I'm not going to repeat everything here because it's already there. But what I will say is on the 20th of October at 7 p.m. UK time, we're going to be doing a revamped version of this. We're going to be doing the same webinar, but with new things that we've learned and new findings, and really refresh it, because the NFT space is moving super fast. 1 week in NFTs is like 1 year in the real world. It's insane. So you don't want to miss out on this opportunity that's being presented to you right now. Okay, so how can you find these projects? I'm going to give you 2 tips here to take away, and you can go and practice by yourself. And look, this isn't going to give you all the skills that you need, because not every project is going to be good. We can see here, if we go to today is the 29th. So 29th, and it is a Wednesday. So go down today, we can see so many collections today. So we can see here today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 new projects just being released today. And this is only, not all of the projects are on here. Like the 888 one wasn't on here. And this is the second tool I'm going to give you. But it's crazy. There's so many projects being released daily, but this is the key. You can't just buy all the projects, because you could try, but it's not the best method. The best method is to actually understand which project is good to invest into and why. And that's what we talk about in this replay. So check out that link below, and you can access this straight away, or you can wait for our upcoming event there. Now, the other tip that I want to give you is to head over to Twitter. Okay, so I've headed over to Twitter, and the reason why Twitter is because everything in the NFT space goes on Twitter. I don't know why, but it just is the case. And I'm on this guy's profile, 888. He's a very popular figure in the crypto space. The reason why I'm mentioning him is because he didn't announce anywhere else that his NFT launch was coming up. So this is going back to here, the 888. He launched these, and he mentioned that when he gets to 88,800 Twitter followers, he's going to drop the project. Drop is like the name for like release. There, they sold out in 1 minute. So you have to know where to look and when to find out about this. And this is the power of community. We run a community where we announce these sort of things, and also the power of knowing where and when to be looking, which is what I'm giving you a bit of information now, but we really dive into in the webinar that we did, and in the proof one, we're going to go into that even more. So this guy actually announced it there, but what you can do, this is the tip I'm giving you, is you can go to my profile, which I'll link below, but it's LukeFiler98, go here, and you can start following some of the people that I'm following, because these people I'm following, this guy's got a great YouTube channel, this guy's very influential in space. These are all people, well, pretty much all of them are either projects that I'm interested in or people that I'm following to get information from. So a great start for you is just to go and check out some of these people, see what they're saying. If they're like creating stuff, go and check out what they're doing. And you're going to really start to level up your Twitter feed then, and giving you really relevant information. So, okay, to recap, the NFT space is exploding, and it's not just me that's making money from this. People who are just jumping in, making money. Here's another one. I don't think I mentioned. So Matt joined the community and sold over 4 Ethereum. That's over £10,000, or around £10,000. It fluctuates by Ethereum. And he's just getting started. This is the crazy thing. It's not like you need to spend months learning. Dive in, look at the project we're saying and why, and just invest. And it does sound too good to be true, but that's why I want you to go and check out the webinar that we did, to go into more detail on it there. yeah, so look, finally, what I will say, if you've missed the webinar, if you're watching this past 20th of October, go and check out the link to the Facebook group. There'll be a replay in there, which you can go and check out. Besides from that, though, check out the videos that I do post coming forward. I'm going to be talking a lot about NFTs. And if you do have any questions, drop those in the comments and I will answer those. Cheers, guys. Have a good one.